Advancing San Diego County's Childcare Blueprint. That is why we're here today. But before we get into the details of the policy I am introducing with Chairwoman Nora Vargas, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge that today is the 22nd anniversary of the September 11th attacks. Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives on that horrific day, including 8 children. As a mom, my heart breaks for all of those who love them. And we must not forget the countless children who have spent the last 22 years without their parents or guardians because of the attacks. So please join me for a moment of silence to remember all the children and families affected by the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Thank you. Childcare is not a child's issue, and it is not a women's issue. Childcare is an economic issue. As a county, we have a responsibility to do everything we can to help fix a system that is not working for the parents and families we represent. So we are here today to talk about a new policy that, if approved on Tuesday, will help advance the recommendations made in our childcare blueprint. Our county has been working with local parents and childcare providers to develop a childcare blueprint that will help increase access to quality, affordable healthcare and childcare, expand the childcare workforce, and build more capacity at existing facilities. With the policy that Chairwoman Vargas and I are introducing, we are asking our county team to develop a strategy to support building childcare facility capacity region-wide, along with investing in staffing and training. And also to develop an emergency childcare flex system for county workers where they can get paid days off if an emergency arises and they are in a pinch for daycare and need the time. With the board's approval on Tuesday, these programs will be developed using existing American Rescue Plan Act funding. We're getting so much more bang for our buck by investing in childcare this way. It will not only benefit our region this year, but for many years to come. We're building long-term capacity in childcare, in its workforce, giving greater support to our essential workers, and expanding childcare facilities. This is an amazingly good use of our resources. Parents taking care of young children are always walking a tightrope. It's not an easy task. And honestly, sometimes I think that's the understatement of the year. As a working single mom, I know all too well the challenges of balancing work and caring for a kid. And every parent or guardian, no matter your background, struggles with this. As I said, it's like walking a tightrope, and most families have no net underneath to catch them. Childcare is not cheap. 40% of families in our region who have 2 kids spend 40% of their monthly income on childcare. And even if you can find the resources, availability of space for children at daycares is incredibly slim pickings. 77% of parents say finding childcare in San Diego is not easy. 1 in 8 childcare settings closed after March 2020. So with this policy, we're vowing to find a way to help daycare centers expand their capacity and support our county workers with daycare. It is our duty to make sure families don't fall off the childcare tightrope. And the childcare blueprint and its recommendations is our guiding light. The childcare policies we will vote for on Tuesday will advance San Diego County Childcare Blueprint. It'll help San Diego parents and support our county workforce with their childcare needs. We've only been able to arrive at this place where the county can be more supportive of parents and providers because of our extraordinary partners. The input they have provided on this blueprint and their guidance on developing this policy was invaluable. So thank you to Desiree, Serena, Jennifer, and Marek of LLPC for being with us today, and so many others that we've consulted and thought together with along the way, and for everything you all have done to support the blueprint. So thank you for everyone here today, as well as all who are unable to join us. So now I would like to introduce my partner in this effort to advance the childcare blueprint, Chairwoman Nora Vargas.
Thank you, Vice Chair. It's really my honor and my pleasure to be able to introduce this board letter with you. And I think that I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this morning I was, before I talk a little bit about the letter, I was in National City and we were doing the honors with our firefighters, remembering the 22 years. And I know exactly where I was when it happened. And what I talked about there was how there's so much healing our communities still have to do as a result of the incidents of the towers 22 years ago. And as you think about moving forward, we think about moving forward and what we're doing in our communities, access to healthcare, taking care of our communities, all of these things matter so much because of the impact that they have long term. And so today, I am here in partnership with the Vice Chair to really not only ask our colleagues to vote on such an important issue as is this initiative that really is focused on a variety of items that are going to have an impact on childcare in the county of San Diego, but really thinking about childcare as a public good and about the role that we all play to begin to address the challenges that so many of our families face day in and day out. And like my colleague has said, we're going to be focusing on making sure that we be able to have dollars. I think it's $500,000 to be able to train and develop the future childcare providers. And I'm so excited that all of you are here today because the truth is that when I am out in the community and meeting with folks at the Chicano Federation, the MAC project, the work that's being done so that people can actually get their degrees and their certificates at places like Southwestern College, they're taking care of children, but we're also changing people's lives. And it's mostly women of color, who are now having this opportunity to get these tools so that they'll be able to provide the services for our kids as we move forward. And I heard loud and clear, not only from them, but from all of you. And I think that's the beauty of this blueprint. This is only the beginning of the work that we're going to continue to do because for us as a county, this has to be a priority. But I think my favorite part about this board letter is, as they say, we're walking the walk, right? We're not just talking about the outside. We're also looking in as a county to figure out what can we do better to help the 20,000 employees who work for the county of San Diego, who day in, day out come in and do their blood, sweat, and tear to do good work for us. And then all of a sudden they have an emergency and they don't have anywhere to leave their kids because of, childcare. And the fact that we're going to be able to provide this opportunity for our staff so that they actually have 3 emergency flex days. Although this is a pilot program now, I think this is something that we have to be committed to in the future, because if we don't take care of our own, who's going to take care of them? So I'm excited. I'm excited because we're going to be able to gather data. And I know people don't get excited about data, but data is so important because this data is going to allow us, right? It's going to allow us to be able to apply for grants, to apply for additional funding. The Biden administration has made this a priority. So I'm super excited about what this will look like. Así que esta iniciativa es muy importante para todos nosotros aquí en el condado de San Diego. Y ahora que conmemoramos los 22 años del incidente que pasó en las torres en Nueva York, es un momento pues para pensar lo que está sucediendo en nuestras comunidades más que nunca. Y tenemos un compromiso nosotros como supervisoras, y para mí es un gran honor tener esta oportunidad de trabajar con la vicepresidenta de la Junta de Supervisores, Terra Lawson-Remer. Este es un proyecto que a las dos nos interesa mucho porque sabemos que nuestras comunidades, nuestros niños, son el futuro y tenemos que invertir en ellos. Pero lo importante de esta iniciativa el martes es que no solamente es una iniciativa que va a enfocarse en ayudar a las organizaciones que ya lo están haciendo y ser sus colaboradores y trabajar con ellos, pero lo que va a hacer es que también vamos a poder trabajar aquí juntos para apoyar a las personas que trabajan para el Condado de San Diego, dándoles la oportunidad de que tengan 3 días para apoyarlos si tienen una emergencia, en donde ellos van a poder tener esos servicios, porque no podemos estar solamente abogando afuera, sino que tenemos que tener que cuidar a los que están aquí con nosotros, que hacen el trabajo todos los días para el Condado de San Diego. Así que comprometidas en este trabajo, la vicepresidenta y yo, porque para nosotros es muy importante cuidar e invertir en los niños y en su futuro. Con eso me da mucho gusto invitar a platicar a una de las personas que está dedicándose que es parte del concilio que ha introducido este tipo de iniciativas. So with that, it's my honor to introduce Desiree Martinez, who's part of the San Diego County Childcare Development Planning Council, and I know we have other folks who are here today, and the Vice Chair mentioned them, but I just want to say that we have been committed to ensuring that anyone and any initiative that we do is based from our communities, and that we are carrying these initiatives on their behalf, because we know that the people who are on the ground doing this work are the ones that know better. So thank you. And with that, I introduce Desiree.
Good afternoon. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And I'm very excited that our County Board of Supervisors has involved the Child Care and Development Local Planning Council, known as LPC, in its development to the Child Care Blueprint. This is important because the Local Planning Council is a diverse group of about 40 individuals. These individuals are made up of child care providers, those working directly with the children, of those receiving child care. So it's made up of parents as well as public agency representatives and other community members. It's this diverse group of individuals who supported a list of goals and recommendations on how to best approach some of the child care difficulties that we've been facing within the county. And it's all of these recommendations that have been embedded into the Child Care Blueprint that we are so excited about. I wholeheartedly, and on behalf of the Local Planning Council, support those strategies within the Child Care Blueprint that are associated with workforce investments, with expanding child care access, and with family-friendly policies, those amongst employers that are supporting child care. Thank you again. I wholeheartedly want to thank our County Board of Supervisors, Vice Chair Terra Lawson-Remer, Chair Nora Vargas, for involving the Local Planning Council and this diverse group of voices coming to you and supporting the child care workforce. Thank you.
Thank you again for being here and for all your support. And now I just wanted to open it up for questions.